Hello everybody, this is AskJoshy, and today we're going to be doing some Hearthstone ladder. I'm rank 17 right now, as the ladders were just wiped last Thursday, only about 5 days ago from the time of this recording. I did make my way all the way up to rank 4 in Test Season 1, so I'm hoping that I can repeat that performance here in Test Season 2. The deck that I'm playing is called Legend. Wait for it. Which is obviously a How I Met Your Mother reference. And that's because this deck has 4 legendaries in it. I think only 4. I've got Sylvanas, Ragnaros, Cairne Bloodhoof, and Cenarius. And today we're going to be playing ZZ, Crazy Boy ZZ.
I must protect the wild.
Who, as you well know, is crazy. Yeah, I like Sylvanas in my opening hand. I like a 4/6 taunt in my opening hand, and I love Wrath in my opening hand. So we're keeping all of these. This Paladin does not know what is coming for him. The Druid deck that I'm using was actually first made by Strifecrow, almost to the letter. I have chosen of my own personal option to get rid of the Wild Pyromancers that Strifecrow used. I don't know if this is his deck anymore. I grabbed this off the net a few weeks ago and made some changes, but I don't use the Wild Pyromancers. Instead, I use 2 Youthful Brewmasters, and the reason for that is they're still 2 drops that are 3/2 each, so they're still powerful as a turn 2 play or a coin on turn 1 play. They don't have to bounce anything if it's an empty board. And let's just take a look at my options right now. I think Innervate next turn into Sylvanas is going to be quite nice, so we're going to play toward that. But yeah, whatever I was just talking about. I already forgot. What was I talking about? Oh, Strifecrow's deck, yes. I took out the Wild Pyromancers because I just don't like hurting my own guys. I don't like the playstyle of it. So I put in the Youthful Brewmasters because they can bounce all the lovely things like Novice Engineer, Defender of Argus, my legendaries. If they happen to be hurt, I can just bounce them all day long.
I have no time for games.
Because I do have board superiority right now, I'm going to go ahead and bop this Loot Hoarder out of here so I don't need to take any unnecessary damage. I already drew a card for Novice Engineer, he drew a card for Loot Hoarder. We're basically even, except I have a 5/5 legendary out that mind controls a unit upon her death. Yeah, Youthful Brewmasters, though, with all the legendaries that this deck runs, they get silenced, they get, you know, hurt frequently, not always killed. So I like to keep them alive longer by bouncing them and playing them the next turn. Alright, I've got 2 Wrath in hand. I've also got a Defender of Argus, which means they have to get rid of Sylvanas. I kind of like that option. He's only got 4 damage showing right now. And if he does kill Sylvanas, she's going to take whatever creature he has left over. So unless he's running a Silence, that would really hurt. Aldor Peacekeeper would also hurt, but not even as much, because I still get to MC something when she dies eventually. I've got these 2 Wraths in hand that can kill something with up to 6 toughness if I need to, but on turn 5, I will be able to play this Druid of the Claw as a 4/4 charge or a 4/6 taunt, depending on what's left on the board. I have a lot of options right now. I'm looking pretty good. I've also got 9-10 damage on the board if you count my hero ability, which is called Shapeshift. +1 attack this turn, +1 armor allows my Druid to just hit him in the face for 1, and also gain an armor, which is nice. Okay, so there's the True Silver Champion. I figured this was a possibility, so he is going to go ahead and bash Sylvanas, take 4 damage after True Silver's ability goes off, and I'm going to get a Novice Engineer for my troubles. Still pretty good use. Sylvanas did 6 damage on my turn, another 4 there, so 10 damage in the hole, and stealing a Novice Engineer is not the worst outcome. And now I know that I can play this 4/6 taunt. He's going to have to come up with another card beyond this Novice Engineer and this True Silver Champion to be able to deal with it. And actually, because it is a Paladin, I'm just not going to take any chances. I don't care if he has Consecration. I want to keep his board clear because he has so many different cards that buff his creatures. I'll just keep his board clear as much as I can. And eventually I should overwhelm him with these big creatures, these fatties, and these bombs, and these legendaries. I'll just overrun him. ZZ Crazy Boy ZZ will have no idea what hit him. Alright, we've got a Shield Master, we've got Abusive Sergeant, which doesn't matter because it's only until end of turn. I'm fine with that. I think the optimal play here is going to be... I could just bash him and heal him with my shaman, so I think that's actually what I'm going to do to get the first damage. Heal him back up. Wrath for 1, so I can draw a card. See what my card is. Not useful right now. Keep his board clear. And go to the face with whatever's left. Next turn, 7 mana. I have the option of dealing 2 damage or silencing a minion, plus Harvest Golem. That looks pretty good. I could also do either one of these. I could also do Harvest Golem, Loot Hoarder, Wrath if I want to. We'll see what he ends up doing with his measly Paladin minions that he's got. Keeps throwing at me. Divine Shield, that's one of those creature buffs I was talking about that I like to get rid of. So I can just deal 2 damage to this fellow. I'm gonna actually choose to ignore this 3/2 in favor of playing another creature and going to the face, because I have 10 damage on the board. It's going to cut him mighty low. He's going to have to deal with quite a lot of these things. And keep in mind, Keeper of the Grove Mark II can also do 2 damage to the face with his first mode. So 2 + 2 + 2 wins the game. 2 + 3 + 3, you know, I have lots and lots of things that can win the game here, unless he does a combo of Equality Wild Pyromancer or Equality Consecration, something like that. He does have a couple of wipes available to him, but at least I get my 2/1 back. He would have to kill it separately. Looks like instead he's going to be buffing his Shattered Sun Cleric, Blessing of Kings. That makes him a 7/6. He's easily going to take out my bear and stay alive. But now, how is this Paladin going to stay above lethal?
Not on my watch.
Giving it a Divine Shield does not mean I have to attack it. He does have that 4/1 hammer. Will he choose to take out a 3 damage? Actually, doesn't matter. Mathematically, the most life he can get up to is 8. And then back down immediately to 6 or 5. And that means I've got lethal on the board. So we'll go ahead and well played him.
Well played.
Take our well-earned win. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I'm going to be casting more of my Hearthstone games as I climb up the ladder here in Test Season 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please follow me on Twitter if you don't already, twitter.com/AskJoshy. Every time I make a video like this, I'll be tweeting it there. I also tweet a lot about esports related things, mostly Blizzard titles. StarCraft 2 WCS is starting back up this month, and I'll be tweeting a lot about results and storylines and things like that. Please subscribe to the channel if you like watching Hearthstone, as that is what I'll be making videos primarily about. I'll do some arenas here and there, some ladder climbing. I've got quite a lot of cards, so I may end up taking requests for decks and things like that in the future as well. Just you know, keep attached, whether subbing to YouTube or following on Twitter, so you can keep track of all the cool stuff that I'm trying to put out there. Thanks very much. See you guys soon.